rolling. This video instruction is about calling the mouse chasing the cheese, right? And if you get an email response to me if you're a deal hunter that says, I'll get you mouse ears, what does that mean? If I get you mouse ears?
Means you're gonna chase the cheese.
Means you're chasing cheese, right? So life lesson, having done this tens of thousands of times, you can tell when somebody's making you be a mouse chasing the cheese. And what do you do? What did he do with the cheese? You just keep moving it, right? And the mouse keeps chasing it and keeps chasing it and keeps chasing it. So we had one of our deal hunters, Dennis, was in here, and he said that he asked me to sit in on a meeting last week, and I said it's probably not going to go anywhere, but of course Dennis pushed and pushed and pushed for me to come to the meeting. And so I sat down with them, and they wanted some pretty unrealistic terms, right? Which sellers always have unrealistic terms because the property is not for sale. So at that point, Dennis wants to become the mouse, trying to chase the cheese, right? But Jake's the same way. He's like, oh, we'll just keep saying yes to their terms and conditions, and the property's worth $1 million, and they want $2 million, and if you stand on one leg and whistle Dixie, they might sell it to you for $2 million, and all that happy horseshit. So what we try and teach is not to chase the cheese. So I told Dennis, go back to him with the terms and conditions we would be willing to do and say that is our offer. We feel very comfortable with it. We feel very confident in it. And so we don't want to be the mouse chasing the cheese. And so then Dennis emails me last night and said, the seller got another offer. Do you realize how often that happens?
A lot.
Now, is it real or not?
You never know.
You never know. So in the world of off-market real estate, you never know. The seller's always going to have other offers. The seller's always going to have other interested parties. And that's true. They may or may not. But what you don't want to do is constantly be the mouse chasing the cheese, saying yes to every single thing the seller calls and says, well, I want this, well, I want this, well, I want this. And you'll find many times when you agree to it, then they'll add more conditions. And then they'll keep moving the bar, which then you end up being the mouse chasing the cheese. And the younger and less experienced you are, or just the less experienced you are in real estate, the more you wear your mouse ears. So we try to speed you through the process of not chasing the cheese. And that's whether you're doing acquisitions or sales, you can chase the cheese in both. Okay? Which is, we train people when we're doing acquisitions to be firm and polite, but don't always chase the cheese up the ladder. When we're doing wholesaling or assignments, same thing. This is our property. These are the terms and conditions. I'm here to help you. But my terms and conditions are firm if you'd like to buy this property. And so we're not chasing the cheese. When you go to assign a property and you start saying yes, what happens? You start moving off your contract, what happens? Jake calls me about a property in Green Lake, and I say our fee's $30,000. Our process is 24-hour quick inspection. At that point, you got to commit. And he says, well, will you take 20? No, it's 30. I know, but it only works at 20. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll give you 30, but we take it at closing. No, our policy is paid on assignment. You can do whatever you want with it, but I'm not going to wait and see if you maybe close and then don't perform. So I got to move this contract. Nope. As soon as you open negotiations on anything, he's going to keep trying to move the cheese, which is normal real estate. So when you're being a wholesaler, you got to be firm on your terms and conditions. You got to offer a fair deal to both sides. Everybody's got to feel good about it, but you don't chase the cheese. When you're trying to buy a property, sellers will magically have new buyers that show up, and they'll move the cheese, and they'll say yes, and then they'll change. So we're really trying to teach you as quickly as possible what to work on when it's showing like you're going to be wearing mouse ears, right? So that's what I teach you, Janelle. I don't want you to go to meetings and drive to Tacoma 18 times chasing mouses, right? Because I can tell you based on who's interested or a seller's profile, your probability of success. And this program is designed to get you through the training process to start factoring the probability of success of each conversation or transaction. That's really my value and the team's value in helping you. That's why we want you to call and talk to dozens of properties a day, negotiate on dozens of properties a day, meet and tour dozens of properties a week, get several properties a week in contract, and then help sell a couple properties a week. It is the full cycle of what we teach here of how to wholesale and find off-market properties for ourselves and other real estate investors. Sound exciting?
Yes, sir.
So if you start chasing the cheese, you're going to find mouse ears on your desk. That means you're chasing the cheese too much, right?
Yeah.
And don't get all hurt and cry and go in the girls' room and cry, okay?
Not everything's a deal.
You can cry in the boys' room, but don't go in the girls' room. Right? All right, thanks, guys. That was a quick one.